Let's swag, baby.
Hi, I'm Angified. I started Angified Presents.
We share the love of music.
It has been medicine and therapy. Nothing else worked.
It has saved many of us. With mental health, we need to open our eyes.
Hurt people hurt people.
We ask that you listen, comprehend, and relate with your ears.
Form that heart of unity and one.
We share on this stage.
Statistics, feelings.
And ourselves.
We stand with the belief to be you, to be heard, and to be original.
We all may be different, with opinions and beliefs.
At the end of the day, we are all brothers and sisters.
We are family.
We ask that you join us in a magical journey with artists from around the world. Open your minds, let in the love,
and listen with your hearts.
We all want a better tomorrow. Be one.
Communicate and look out for one another. And then, and only then, will you find the world.
We will find peace in all the world.
You'll find the world. And you will find in this giant world. Heroes among us in every boy and girl. Many have been broken, red hearts turn black. Love will melt the ice and turn it back, and you will find the world. You will find the world. You will find the world. And when you find a place called home, where everyone is free to roam, a whole new world, a better place for our children's futures at stake. And you'll find with music in your soul, laughter in your hearts, together we can grow a better place with love in us soul. And you will find together we can save it all. And you will find, and
32 artists from different genres, from all corners of the globe. We're internationally known. Do it. Don't be scared. It's just a wag, baby.
Guess what? We're full, baby. The wag is going to go down now. It is. We have our 32 picked, chosen, and told. Welcome to the wag.
Four, three, two, one.
32 artists from different genres, from all corners of the globe. We're internationally known.
Show up and he'll take care of the rest.
Don't be scared. It's just a wag, baby.
We're doing silent form for participants and for the judges. We are only doing 32 waggers this time. We're cutting it back. So you make pace that cut, then you gotta make a pace first round.
Have you signed up yet? Do it. Don't be scared. It's just a wag, baby. Do it. Don't be scared. It's just a wag, baby.
What say you just
32 only. Sign up ASAP.
What's a genre?
At What's a Genre?
Genre hoedown. No. It's What's a Genre Showdown.
Sign up. A silent form for participants and for the judges. We're going to do this right this time.
Everybody wants to join. Everybody wants to join the What's a Genre Showdown. Everybody wants to join. Everybody wants to join the What's a Genre Showdown.
It's all about the wag, baby. Oh, yeah. Just so you guys know, this is WAG. Yes, wag time. This is going to go ahead and tell us what the results are from round 1 and who will be going forward into round 2. That's right, as well as finding out who your new collaborator is and genre. So, guys, please give this show a thumbs up and share the love. Yay! As we get through, and we're going into mashup 1, let's take a look at what the judges had to say. This is starting with mashup 1.
Yeah, so basically, this mashup 1, team 1, I'm gonna give them a 4 with creativity. Genre, I'm gonna get out of 5. Collab, 4. Emotion, impact, 4. Tech skills, get out of 5. Guitar solo at the end kind of messes with the beat real good, so I like that. And the ad for the mashup number 1 in team 2. The team 2 mashup was a little awkward. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that one was a little awkward.
So for mashup 1, which is hip hop, we have team 1, which is Don P, who was a mystery ball for number 32, and Bassface, who was number 22. And for the scores that I gave them, for creativity and originality, I gave them a 4. I like the incorporation of the bass, the use of the guitar in hip hop this way, gave it a fresh sound in the hip hop, but it kept that funk the whole way through. For the genre commitment, I gave them a 3. For the collaboration and cohesion, I gave them a 4. I felt they meshed really well together. Sounded great as a collaboration. For the emotional impact, I gave them a 3. The technical skills and the overall quality of the track, I gave them also a 3. For a total score of 17 out of 25. So for mashup 1, team 2, we had Akui and Happy Family Singers, Wagger number 27 for Akui and Wagger number 1 for Happy Family Singers. Now, I also gave them a 4 for creativity and orality. It has a nice kind of gospel groove to it that I like in hip hop. And again, with the genre commitment, I gave them a 4. It gets the hip hop target. Their collaboration cohesion, I gave them a 3. There were a few moments that things bounced a little off, but overall, they really did collaborate well together. They got their flow. On the emotional impact, I also gave them a 3 on that. With hip hop, it can be tough to hit the emotional mark. I mean, I felt what the song's about and what it's saying. It just doesn't always hit the same way as other genres. And for technical skill, I gave them a 3 as well. There was some nice dynamics and dancing in stereo. A good collab for, only having a week to put it together.
Yo, what up, lab coats? It's time for round 1 critiques of the WAG. Don't be scared. It's just the WAG, baby. Mashup number 1, round 1, team number 1. Dat Don P and Bassface. The genre's hip hop, and this is how you start a round. First and foremost, there was no doubt in my mind that this was hip hop. Whether it be the bass tones, drums, plucky guitar, or those intense hip hop verses. This song brought hip hop to the forefront and made it the hero. So let's jump over to 2 things I loved and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love about this track is that the flow was magical. The cadence, the shifts in cadence, everything about it not only screams hip hop, but screams mastery over the craft. The second thing I loved was the bass going crazy. It was prominent, up front, and so great. If there's one thing I want more of, there were moments where the instrumental got a little too creative, a little loose with the timing. I don't know if we were recording with click or not. Specifically, around 2 minutes and 20 seconds, the electric guitar. If we just tighten up that click moving forward, it'll be magical. The scores. For creativity and originality, was it unique? I gave it a 4 out of 5. A creative track for sure. 1 point deduction because it sounded like a lot of hip hop I've heard before, but that doesn't change the fact that it's a brand new song written uniquely for this contest. Creative. Genre commitment. This is self-explanatory, and this group gets a 5 out of 5. Collaboration and cohesion. Did the team work well together? The answer in this case? Yeah. 5 out of 5. Emotional impact. Did the song resonate and make me feel something? This is super subjective, but we're giving it a 4 out of 5 here. Excellent job. The 1-point deduction comes from just not quite making it to the mountaintop. Nothing wrong with the track, just didn't resonate completely for me on a personal level. Technical skill and quality. This is where we get into the nitty-gritty, and kind of where I put my nerd glasses on. This track gets a 3 out of 5. Instrumental, presentation, mixing, and recording quality, all good, all room for improvement. The total score for this track, 21 out of a possible 25 points. Good luck. Round 1, Matchup 1, Team 2. Happy Family Singers and Akui. I could feel the desire to unleash power here. So many great things to love about this track. And while some of the ideas were kind of like throwing darts at the board and seeing which ones hit the bullseye, some of them did hit the bullseye, others maybe not so much. The wave of Flight of the Conchord vibes and the 90s singer-songwriter influences showed through like none other, and I very much appreciated that. The song gave us excellent verses and phrases even. For instance, undefeated all your life and you got a gorgeous wife? Come on, that's just fun writing. So, here are 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more. The first thing I love, the lyrics specifically. There were so many great one-liners and pieces of content in here. I would love to see the lyrics on your next track so that not only can I vibe along, but I can get into your head and read those lyrics for myself. I also really enjoyed 2/3 of the way through the song, we threw a change up and we added the flute, clarinet, whatever that instrument was that gave us sort of the interlude from what had been happening before was a great choice and an exceptional implementation of arrangement. If there's one thing I want more of, maybe we take out a couple of instruments, maybe we take out a couple of vocal ideas, and really focus in, hone in on what the track should be, what the genre needs to be, and how we can execute on a controlled and still dynamic level. The scores for the track. Was the entry unique? Otherwise known as creativity or originality. This gets a 5 out of 5. It was incredibly unique, incredibly creative. I can't deny that it was one of a kind. Genre commitment. Again, self-explanatory. This track gets a 3 out of 5. There were some elements there that tried to incorporate the genre, but as a piece overall, I didn't get hip-hop from it. Collaboration and cohesion. Did the teammates work well together? It truly sounded like y'all were having fun making this track. This gets a 4 out of 5. Emotional impact. I'm giving this song a 3 out of 5. It's completely subjective, but feeling like I was ready to listen to a hip-hop song and getting something entirely different kind of took me out of that experience. Technical skill and quality. This one also gets a 3 out of 5. Good skills on display, and I know that we know what we're doing. Maybe a few too many ideas for this kind of track. The total score here is 18 out of 25. Good luck.
Mashup 2, Team 1. It's a very country song, you know. It gives like really country music. She's giving country lyrics. I can follow the story easily. I'm going to say creativity. I'm giving it a 4. Genre, it's going to be about a 5. Collab, 4. Emotion, 3. Tech skills, I give that a 4. Overall, sounds really country. So, yeah, y'all come back now, you hear? I'm gonna say this song right here, this Mashup 2, Team 2, supposed to be country. Overall, started country, but ended a little different for my ear. Like, I'm not getting country all the way, but giving it creativity 3, genre 2, collab 4, emotion 3, tech skills, I'm giving that a 4. I think it could have maybe been a little better, but I mean, the sounds do mesh well a little bit, but all in all, it's a cool country song.
So for mashup number 2, we had country. And for team 1, it was Wagger number 28, Leslie Parker, who was a mystery ball that Christine picked. And number 10 was Christine Rebecca Sweet. Now, this one really grew on me over the week as I listened to it. I gave it a 3 on creativity and originality. I gave it a perfect 5 on genre commitment because it really gives that country feel. Doesn't have to be complicated with country. It can be as simple as a voice and a guitar, and I love how they implemented it. For the collaboration and cohesion, I gave them a 3. I felt they felt each other out. Few moments that are a little loose, but again, you can do that in country, and it worked well. For emotional impact, I gave them a 4. I felt the words, and as I listened more and more, I really felt the words. It has a impact when you listen to it over and over again. And for technical skill, I gave them a 3. It has all the elements necessary. The recording's good. Everything's blended nice. And I think overall, it worked well for them. That gave them a total of 18 out of 25. Now for team 2 of Mashup 2, we had number 19, Nilla Gates. He's a returning wagger, and he also had a mystery ball. So this was an interesting mashup between the two because they both got to pick their partners, and Nilla managed to get Lama Damas to fill in the number 30 slot. Now, I love how they came in. This is where I felt the country. I gave them a 3 on creativity and originality. And for genre commitment, I gave them a 4. I do feel like they hit the country mark on the collaboration and cohesion. I also gave them a 4. For the emotional impact, I shied towards a 4 as well because I hear the words Nilla's saying, and Nilla is a man of experience, and he writes about his experience. He's good like that, and it really served him well to use it for the country genre. For the technical skill, I gave him a 3. And that came out to 18 out of 25.
Round 1, matchup 2, Team 1, Christine Rebecca Sweet and Leslie Parker. Time for us to head over to the country, the Wild West of the WAG. You know what I'm talking about. The genre that everyone attempts, but few can be great at. There are so many elements that we closely associate with the country genre. Thankfully, this team nailed it. Whether it's the vocals emitting lost love, Jolene references, or just whiskey, we were treated to a lyrical country experience. I could close my eyes and see myself sitting in a dive bar watching a live performance. Now, 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love is how appropriately sad this song is. It's giving all the best country vibes. Way to nail the genre challenge. The second thing I love is that the instrumental just screams, "Give me a whiskey and put me in a live music setting, please." Thanks very much. If there's one thing I want more of, it's a little more song structure. Give me some dynamics, whether it's a more defined chorus or a more defined chorus-verse structure. I would like to see you give the listener a more guided experience through the entire story, because truly, this was an excellent country story. The scores: creativity and originality. Here we get a 4 out of 5. All the best country elements, but still country elements we've heard often. Not to downplay the fact that this is an entirely new creation, your score is up there. Genre commitment, 5 out of 5. This was giving all the best country. Collaboration and cohesion. If I can't tell that two different people are working on a single track, that's a 5 out of 5 for me. Emotional impact, 5 out of 5. I was picking up what you were putting down. Everything about it just resonated. Nice work. Technical skill and quality. For this one, I give you a 4 out of 5. Everything was there, but I needed a few little tweaks to make it radio ready, as it were. I would call this a great project, and I think it's capable of being an excellent one. The total score for this track, 23 out of 25. Good luck. Round 1, matchup 2, Team 2, Nilla Gates and Lama Damas. I love this song. Whether it's that good old country twang, which really brings country in this case, or that background electric guitar that's creating a vibe or a foundation for the rest of the track to play on. It's all good, man. All of that being said, I would classify this one as more of an indie rock song and less of a country song. To bring it back to the positive though, Sing What You Know is on full display here, and that is one of the highest compliments I can give it as someone who really loves songwriting. Let's move on to 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love about this track are the lyrics. I can't say enough. I mentioned it before and I'll say it again. Sing what you know, write what you know, because then if it resonates with you, it is most certainly going to resonate with someone else. In this case, me. The second thing I love are the guitars. They are a treat. Dreamy, ambient, and just giving life to this whole track. Great work. If there's one thing I want more of, it's inside the WAG specifically. Outside of this WAG contest, I wouldn't change a thing about this track. It's release ready, I'd hit like any day of the week. In fact, I'd be adding it to a playlist. Inside the context of the genre challenge, country, I feel like it misses the mark just a little bit. I would really stress, should you make it through to the next round, that old Porkins adage from Star Wars: A New Hope. Stay on target, it'll serve you well. The scores. Creativity and originality, that's a 5 out of 5. I wouldn't change a thing because Write What You Know is on full display here. It resonates with you, it resonates with me, and it makes for a unique and creative experience for any listener. Genre commitment. This one's 3 out of 5. For the reasons mentioned above, specifically in One Thing I Want More Of. Collaboration and cohesion, this is an easy 5 out of 5. Nailed it. Emotional impact. Again, 5 out of 5. And it's intrinsically linked to the creativity and uniqueness of the track itself. I cannot say enough about Write What You Know. Technical skill and quality. This one gets a 4 out of 5. Everything was there, but A, we want to stay on target, and B, I feel like there could have been a couple of certain elements stand out at certain times, with minor, maybe volume or panning tweaks. All in, this song is great. That makes for a total score of 22 out of 25. Good luck.
Also for mashup 3, team 1, I'm gonna have to give them 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, and the 4s are emotion and technical skills. Everything else is a 5 for that song. It's just like right out the gate, it's nice. It's definitely a nice song. It has a nice little feel, and yeah, I can deal with that. Okay, this is mashup 3. Team 2. I don't know where to start with this. As far as creativity, 0. No creativity. Genre, Commitment, I'm going to say about a 2 because we committed to doing something on here. Number, I just felt like there was not a lot of effort going on here. It's kind of gimmicky a little bit, like the word selection, the lyric selection is a little gimmicky. I'm not sure if you like. I'm not sure how the genre was studied. If this wasn't already skilled area of skill, like an area of skill already. So I'm not sure what numbers I could give this, but for the most part, it's almost a 0 down. I got a 1 for creativity and a 2 for genre commitment. Literally because you actually got on here and did something. There was almost 0 effort into this one. I don't want to spend too much time. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Straight down the line.
So for mashup 3, we went back to hip hop. And for team 1, we had Wagger 16, Maria Perdonma, and Wagger 13, Static. Now, I really had fun coming into this track. I liked their approach that they took. Very creative on Maria's part. I gave it a 4 on creativity. And for genre commitment, I gave it a 4 because I really liked Static's flow. This is the kind of unique flow in hip hop that I enjoy. For collaboration and cohesion, I also gave them a 4. I really feel like they blended well together. They utilized each other's skills right where they needed to. And there's interesting moments where Maria comes in under him and it becomes catchy and hooky. I mean, it just get better and better as I listen throughout the week. For emotional impact, I also gave him a 4. Listening to the words and figuring out what Static was talking about and falling in reverse, I related to what he was saying. And again, with hip hop, it's not always easy to get emotional impact, but if you can connect that way, it really works good. And for technical skills, I also gave him a 4 there. I felt like Maria really brought her A game for this competition, and I like her experimentation with the beat. I like how she utilized Static to just get it all together. They both mixed well with each other. So that gave him a total score out 20 out of 25. Now for mashup 3, team 2, we had number 31, which was a mystery ball, and Paul went and got Root Beer 1038 to put his vocals on top of it. And we had Wagger number 15, which was Paul McMinotaur. Now, this one took me a moment to grow into. Took a couple of listens to find what I liked, what I wasn't so sure about. And for the score, I gave him a 3 on creativity and originality. I mean, it's different, and that does show some creativity. And I think Paul really was putting some creative approach to hip hop. It's a different genre form, and I can't ignore that. For the genre commitment, I gave him a 3. Kind of in the middle, like not total hip hop, but also not hip hop. For the collaboration cohesion, I went with a 2 there. I felt like they they could have blended more. They could have meshed better there. More on the vocal side, it starts to go off in different directions, and I had a tough time following it. The flow wasn't there for me. So that's why I went with a 2 there. And emotional impact, also a 2. Again, hip hop's not an easy one for emotional impact, and I really had a tough time figuring out what to connect to emotionally. And for technical skills, I also gave it a 2. Felt there could have been more arrangement parts. It really just goes all the way through without any breakdown or defined part to it. So I couldn't score it any higher because I couldn't figure out what was what. And that came to a total of 12 out of 25.
Round 1, matchup 3. Team 1, Maria and Static. Ambient hip-hop with an experimental hook? Yes, please. Whether it's the twinkling bells holding down the background or Static yelling, "Yo, Maria!" giving me major Rocky vibes. You two are bringing something special and unique to the hip-hop space. Let's head into 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. First and foremost, I love that hook. Falling in reverse is great. It's simple, it's to the point, it's catchy, and most importantly, it was by far the most recognizable hook I had heard to that point during the live stream of the songs. So great job. The second thing I love is the instrumental. Everything skews ambient and creative. If there's one thing I want more of, it's a more refined approach to the track. Maybe record some of your elements a few more times to get better timing. I don't know if we were recording with the click or without it, but I would suggest using one. The scores: creativity and originality. This was hip-hop, but it wasn't like all the other hip-hop out there. So the ability to scream hip-hop, but also skew creative and unique, big 5 out of 5 vibes. Nice work. Genre commitment. This one gets a 4 out of 5. Yes, it is that hip-hop package. I think what I would have liked to have seen was maybe one instrumental hip-hop element that I could really pick out and go, oh yeah, that's hip-hop, rather than the vocals kind of holding down the hip-hop for it. It was a great hip-hop song. It was unique and creative, but I think we needed one more hip-hop element in the instrumental to give it the full genre commitment experience. Collaboration and cohesion. This was fantastic. Both artists did their thing, created one track, it was creative, it gave hip-hop, and I give it a 5 out of 5. Emotional impact. I'm giving this one a 4 out of 5. Does it resonate with me? Yes. Could it have resonated more with some tighter timing and recording variances? Yes. Technical skill and quality. This is also a 4 out of 5, for the reasons I mentioned above. Great song, great thoughts, great arrangement, some recording missteps. 4 out of 5 is a great score. The total score here is 22 out of 25. Good luck. Round 1, matchup 3, team 2. Root Beer and Paul. I hear that picked guitar mixed with the heavy drums and the trap hats. I get those hip-hop lyrics front and center. Some of these lines are delivered so well. Undisputed like a 9th level druid. I can give you the seeds, but I can't make you sow. I'm a wheel, and you a little coggy. That one's my favorite. Self-medicated till I'm comatose. Rich like Nancy Pelosi. What a great song. Let's jump into 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love is the definitive lyrical wordplay. That's the highlight for me, and it's obviously something that I look forward to with every track as someone who enjoys songwriting. The second thing I love that really screams hip-hop to me is the drums, or rather guitar, loop, was it? Or was it played? Either way, this guitar loop or instrumental gave all the right hip-hop vibes. If there's one thing I want more of, it's more focus. All these ideas didn't quite come together in the full package, not because there weren't phenomenal things there or aspects that I loved and that were well implemented. It's just that the entire package didn't quite come together because it simply lacked focus. The scores: creativity and originality. This gets a 5 out of 5, mostly due to the wordplay. Genre commitment. This is also a 5 out of 5. Way to nail down that hip-hop vibe and keep us understanding the entire time, whether it's drums, trap hats, or wordplay, that we are listening to hip-hop. Collaboration and cohesion. This one I'm giving a 2 out of 5. I feel like the lack of focus came from both artists doing things they were good at, but maybe not being on the same page for the entire track. Emotional impact. This one gets a 3 out of 5 from me. Did I enjoy the song? Yes. But did it really have much in the way of a deep storytelling or a narrative that drew me in and made me feel like I was part of the music? No. Technical skill and quality. This one also gets a 2 out of 5, specifically due to the fact that our track lacked focus. A lot of things happening here. Some of them, fantastic. We need more focus. The total score is 17 out of 25. Good luck.
Okay, mashup 14-1. This is really a blues, slasher, screamer type song. Great drum and guitars. Things work together. I like the voices. They work semi together, but I mean, I can see exactly what they're going for. It's not hard. It is giving you the blues. It's giving you the blues for sure. Oh, so this is mashup 4 team 2, and I had to put a stop by this one. This is my girl Pinky right here. Okay, yeah, I like this. I gave this I gave it a creativity of 5. Collab was 5. I'm sorry, the creativity and genre was 5. And the collab, I gave it a 3 at first. Then I took another listen, and I could hear a little bit more of Remo in the background, helping those vocals out. So I bumped it up from a 3 to a 4, and then emotional and tech skills, I'll both give those a 5. Overall, it's a great track. Such a great track. I mean, I can feel the heat. I can feel the heat for sure. And I like the voice changes up here and there. I like those. And then the harmonies. I like that.
So for mashup 4, we had the blues. And for team 1, we had Wagger number 14, Mad Cracker. And unfortunately, his partner couldn't make it. He had prior commitments. So Cracker had to go solo, which I took into consideration in my scoring. I don't want to penalize anybody for having to cover there. So I gave him a 3 on creativity and originality. And for the genre commitment, also gave him a 3. He hit all the blues elements. He's got the blues chord in there. There's a little bit of a metal side to it. Knowing Cracker, I understand that's you can take the metal out of Cracker, but he's going to find a way to put it back in. And on the collaboration cohesion, I gave him a 3 because he had to do it solo. It would have been higher if there were two people on there. Emotional impact, I also gave him a 3. He gave it some punch and gave it his style. And for technical skill and quality, I also gave him a 3. So he did a nice level scoring all across the board for 15 out of 25. Now, for team 2 of Mashup 4, we had Wagger number 3, Remo, and Wagger number 6, Pinky Chew. And this one really caught me by surprise. Instantly brought me in. Got the blues feel, little bit of jazz, which doesn't hurt in blues. They're very complementary genres, and there's just enough of the jazz to complement the blues. But I do feel that it hit the mark on the blues. So for creativity, I gave it a 5. Perfect score there. And for the genre, I gave it a 4. The little bit of jazz, if it had been full blues, I might have gone perfect on that as well. But, mashing up the genres isn't a bad thing. So still feel it hit the blues mark completely. For collaboration cohesion, I also gave it a 5. The way that the vocals got blended and the bounce that it had really glued it all together. Wonderful job there. For emotional impact, another 5. I mean, we're on a roll with this track, and it's the vocal projection and presentation that I just couldn't ignore with that score. So beautiful job with the emotional impact. And for technical skill, I also gave it a 5. I'm familiar with the artists, and I know that they're learning to get into the mixing and beat making, drum making, and all the other things. And I think they did a wonderful job putting this all together. It just sits in my ears, and it was a joy to listen to. So almost a perfect score all around. It got a 24 out of 25 from me.
Round 1, matchup 4, Team 1, Cracker and Maha. What an awesome blend of rock legends. I'm getting the heavy guitar, the Aussie-style vocal stacks, and some excellent growls. This song drives from beginning to end, and to fantastic result. And this is a genre I very much enjoy. Though I would respectfully put forward it doesn't quite speak blues to me. A fantastic and well-executed track.
My dog ran away with that pretty lady.
Let's move on to 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. First and foremost, I love the technical excellence. The guitars were on time and everything was nice and tight. It's as if it was recorded with a click. The second thing I love is the lyrics on the track. While the track itself doesn't completely scream blues, I do get kind of that sad boy blues vibe from it. And that comes from the lyrics themselves. Again, I can't believe my dog ran away with that pretty lady. If there's one thing I want more of, it's I want you to pander to the genre that you're given. We're not all blues artists. We're not all jazz artists. We're not all metal artists. And while we have different strengths and opportunities, I think that in a contest like the WAG, we need to give the listener and the judges what they came for. In this case, they came for blues. And while we delivered an excellent track, maybe need more emphasis on the blues next time. The scores: creativity and originality, 4 out of 5. Those lyrics came in hot, and I was here for it. Genre commitment, I gave this one a 3 out of 5. There was an underlying guitar lick that sort of gave me blues vibes, and then the sad boy vibes from the lyrics also gave me a little of that, but it didn't go far enough to meet the genre commitment. Collaboration and cohesion, this one unfortunately is a 1 out of 5. I understand that certain things can't be helped, but when there's not a collaboration, there can't be collaboration. Emotional impact. This one gets a 4 out of 5. We can say sad boy lyrics all day long, but unless the listener engages in the kind of content that you're making, it's all irrelevant. Fortunately, it was relevant here. The content was great, the lyrics were good, and the guitar gave us enough emotion to bring us in and keep us invested. Finally, technical skill and quality. This one also gets a 4 out of 5. Excellent work with tight timing. Good luck. Round 1, matchup 4, Team 2, Remo and Pinky. Okay, stop it. We are in a lounge. The vibe that you bring me is fantastic. The picture you've painted for this track is a true work of art. It's an excellent audio journey as well, with a great use of FX and background vocals, not to mention the instrumental where the bass shines and those drums snap. Woo! Let's move on to 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The tones are everything in this track. It's cohesive, spot on, and radio ready. The second thing I love about the track is that the vocals are so loungy, and when you mix them with that bass, you can't help but order another Manhattan. If there's one thing I want more of, and remember, these are going to be little gripes in a song like this, I want more of a mastery of the audio space that you're in. I already know I'm in the lounge, but pan the instruments to give me a wider stereo sound. Leave the vocal in the middle so that I get it, but then move the bass slightly off. Or, depending on where it would be on stage, a little further off. I know that we all want our bass to go straight down the middle, but if I'm in a club, I don't think the bass is standing right behind the vocalist. And I don't think the drums are all coming down the middle. Your mastery over this track is evident, but what I want is a neater stereo sound. The scores, creativity and originality. This is a 5 out of 5. Not only did you put me where I needed to be in the space, as far as taking me directly to the lounge goes, but you gave me these clean, clear, and crisp vocals in an original track that we have never heard before. Genre commitment. This is also a 5 out of 5. I was here for all of it. Collaboration and cohesion. I couldn't tell that this track was done by more than one person. 5 out of 5. Emotional impact. The fact that you can sit me in the club, hand me a drink, and give me a cigar means I was totally transported. 5 out of 5. Technical skill and quality? This one is 4 out of 5. There is room for improvement here. Please take it with humility. Nothing about this track was not great. But some things about this track could have been with just a little bit more attention to the stereo space. That gives us a total score of 24 out of 25. Good luck.
Okay. Okay, this is Mashup 5, Team 1. It's got lots of potential. It's Quiet Storm type of vibe. I like the voices, the way the collaboration with the voices, and I like the lyrics. I definitely like the lyrics. And I give this one for creativity 1. I'm sorry, creativity, I give this a 3. Genre commitment, I give that a number 2. The collab, that's a 3. The emotion and tech skills, both are at 4. Overall, it's a great track. I just kind of didn't feel like it was hip hop, maybe smooth slow jam type of thing, like smooth talking slow jams, late at night R&B, soul, something like not even soul, but like some R&B type thing or something, you know. Like it's really giving me the Quiet Storm vibe right now with words.
So for Mashup 5, we go back to hip hop. For Team 1, we have Wagger 24, D. Jernigan, and Wagger number 23, The Unfantastic. And this one came in very ambient, got a slight EDM feel. I gave it a 3 for creativity and originality. I also gave it a 3 on the genre. Hip hop, I would give it more if I heard a little more rap. I like the singing that goes on in here. It complements each other. I do get certain hip hop vibes from it, but with hip hop, that's where I want to hear a little more of the rap. For collaboration cohesion, I gave it a 4. I think that they blended together great. They sounded great together, bounced off of each other. They're both great band labbers who know each other, know each other's skills, and they complemented them. On emotional impact, I gave it a 3. And for technical skill and quality, I also gave it a 3. Nice dancing around in the stereo in my ears. Well mixed. And that came for a total of 16 out of 25. So for team 2 of Mashup 5, we had Wagger number 7, Mavi Hendrix, and Wagger number 11, RJS. And this one comes in getting the hip hop feel, the keyboard, the beat kind of solidifies it when it kicks in. I did give it a 5 for creativity and originality. It is very creative. It's not your traditional hip hop. I actually wish more hip hop would go out of the box like this sometimes. So I really did have to give it a perfect score there for being creative. On the genre commitment, I gave it a 3. Again, like the other one, the rap is not the typical rap I'm used to. It's a different style. I know it's out there, but I would want to hear a little more to the rap to give it a higher score than that. For the collaboration and cohesion, I also gave it a 3. I think they blended well together. I do hear RJS's guitars where I need to and where I want to, but I felt like they could have glued it a little better there. For the emotional impact, I give it a 4. Very emotional topic, out of the box topic for hip hop, and knowing the backstory to it, there's a lot of balls to, getting your feelings out this way in a hip hop song where they typically don't go into deep subjects. This is a deep song. I got to commend him on that. And for the technical skill and quality, I gave it a 5. Perfect score there. The mixing's incredible. Everything's right where it's supposed to be. Very great on the stereo effect. The hooks stand out. And after listening to it over the whole week, I know those hooks work because they stuck in my head for many nights this week. So I really got to commend the technical skills there. That gave it a total score of 20 out of 25.
Round 1, matchup 5, team 1. DJ and Tonal Android. Hip hop. Here we are again at the door to audio storytelling. As I mentioned in the listening party, I 100% vibe to how y'all put this track together and what you're doing. Did the overall project go full hip-hop? Not necessarily. However, it was instantly recognizable via the instrumental specifically, which included hip-hop elements. The vocal poetry approach complements the piece as well. In fact, there's a whole hip-hop subgenre subsection called beat poetry, and I would actually say this fits more into that. When you close your eyes, you get all the best creepy Stan vibes, and I'm here for that. So with that, let's go to 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love is the way that the vocals decided to buck the normal hip-hop trend and go more with that beat poetry style. So good, and a really unique approach to this genre. Tagging each other's bars and filling the ambient space was excellent. The other thing I loved was that 90s Enigma vibe. Sure, it's not Return to Innocence, but you have that really great feeling where you repeat 9 to 15 words, and that's the whole song. That's not a knock. In fact, that is the thing I love. When you do that and you incorporate it into the track the way that y'all did, it becomes instantly recognizable as an earworm the more someone listens to it. That leads us into the 1 thing I want more of. When you go with this ambient vocal style and tone, those vocals really need to jump out of the track. Not necessarily volume-wise, but maybe carving a space in the EQ will help them to sit better and the listener to focus more. This could also be done by moving some of the instruments off to the side, panning in the stereo space. Keeping the instruments off to the side and the vocal straight down the middle will create the listener's experience where the vocal is at the forefront. The final thing that maybe I'd suggest doing to help with this is to create a vocal stack in the hook or the choruses, or anywhere you want the listener to place emphasis on the things that are being said. By doing this vocal stack, you make the vocals more front and center specifically because they create this really neat sound and a stereo field rather that can be heard in many different ways. The scores. Creativity and originality. This one gets a 5 out of 5. It bucks the original hip-hop trends and goes more for a beat poetry style, and for that I am glad. That leads us to genre commitment. This is also a 5 out of 5. Yes, I mentioned earlier it doesn't necessarily scream hip-hop, but beat poetry solidly falls into that subgenre category. Collaboration and cohesion. I gave this one a 4 out of 5. The artists worked really well together. I think there was a little bit more room for improvement as it comes to tightness with the vocals or the recording process specifically. Emotional impact. This one also gets a 4 out of 5. It was great. Not the mountaintop, but great. Technical skill and quality. For all the reasons mentioned above, this one also gets a 4 out of 5. That gives us a total score of 22 out of 25. Nice work. Good luck. Round 1, Matchup 5, Team 2. Mayvi and RJS. This intro and build is my favorite intro from round 1. The stack is phenomenal as it progresses through the intro. Not only do we get that sweet hip-hop spoken intro that's telling us a story, but we also get the instrumental that builds along with the emotions that we're feeling. The chord stabs were also a highlight. And it was a great call to keep those drums simple. It really highlighted the correct aspects of the track without bogging it down in muddiness that could otherwise detract from the emotion that we were singing about. Let's head over to 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love is the overall emphasis on the low vocal octave. I haven't heard anyone do that yet, and that low vocal octave gives it a richness and a thickness that truly the hip-hop genre needs when it comes to vocals. The second thing I love is the instrumental, where we marry bright chord stabs with electric guitar. It's fantastic. If there's one thing I want more of, it's probably more by subtraction. I think that this song was poignant, but I think it could have been more poignant and leveled up with a reduced runtime. If you could cap this at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, possibly by subtracting one of the hooks or tightening up the story, as it were, even if that means taking out maybe half of the spoken dialogue, that really would have taken this to the next level. A subjective gripe, I know, but the thing I want more of nonetheless. The scores, creativity and originality. This one's a 5 out of 5. Everything worked here, whether it was the vocals, the instrumental, or the way the track was put together. Genre commitment. This one also gets a 5 out of 5. This is full-on hip-hop. The tone, the dynamics, the cadence, all of those things wrapped up with the instrumental package and the emotion scream hip-hop to me. Collaboration and cohesion. This one also gets a 5 out of 5. I'm sensing a theme here. When I can't tell that two different people wrote the track, that's a 5 for me. Emotional impact. This one also gets a 5 out of 5. Super deep content, dark content, thought-provoking content. It resonates. Maybe not for the same levels that it resonates for you, but it definitely resonates for me. Finally, technical skill and quality. That gets a 4 out of 5. For the above reasons mentioned and the one thing I want more of, tightening up this total package would take it from awesome to phenomenal. That brings the total score to 24 out of 25. Good luck.
Mashup 6 Team 1. This is like the Gallagher's, the Gallagher's, the beginning, like the intro to Frank Gallagher's show or something. Like, I don't know what the name of that thing is, but I like this. It's giving, hello, Wisconsin. You know what I mean? It's giving rock. You know what I mean? Like, come on down to South Park, come on neighbor, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's giving you all types of rock and roll type stuff, you know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like I want to put on a jean vest shirt or something, you know what I mean? Like, my mother out or something, you know what I mean? Like, this is crazy right here. Like, this is giving all real rock and roll, like Woodstock type shit right here. Like, this is some shit that you would play at Woodstock. Like, yeah. And we'd be out in the mud, smoking our weed, singing the crap out this song. Also, that last team's mashup 6 Team 1, another reference I wanted to throw in was Wayne's World. They gave me the Wayne's World party time, actually. Like, it gave me the real rock and roll, like the way I remember rock and roll. I don't know what they got the new stuff, but I mean, from what I know rock and roll to be. Continuation from mashup 6 Team 1. I have the scorecard as 5-5-5-5-5. I like that track. I really did like that track more than I thought I did. I really put 5-5-5 down the list on that shit. Great job. I'm thinking mashup 6 Team 2. Someone didn't really understand the assignment is what I'm thinking. I'm not quite sure yet, but I feel like maybe the assignment wasn't quite understood, or maybe the research wasn't researched correctly, or maybe it wasn't implemented well. I'm not sure. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to change something here. I put it as a 1 for creativity. But to do all of this and come up with all of this on this beat with those voices and things, I'm gonna just go ahead and give it a 2 for creativity. For genre, that's gonna be a 1, no doubt. Collab, that's also a 1. Emotion detector, determined that's going to be a 1 also. The tech skills, I guess to do this and set through this and really spend time on putting it all together, I give you a 4. I give you a 4 for that.
So for mashup 6, we go to rock, our only rock category for this round. And for team 1, we had Rolo Knox, who had to go solo on this one. His partner was too busy and wasn't available. So I, again, keep that in consideration. I don't want to penalize him for having to cover the whole song. Now, I gave him a 3 on creativity. He pulls from a lot of different rock approaches to put this one together. A lot of 80s rock, which great for me. It's the kind of rock I love. Came in like Katrina and the Waves and felt like Molly Hatchet at certain points. And that's why I gave him a 4 on the genre commitment. Rolo does know his rock. Now, I gave him a 3 on the collaboration. He covered the ground and he got right in the middle. And for emotional impact, I also gave him a 3. And for technical skill, he got another 3 there. Again, these are, for me, good scores. That means you hit the mark on this criteria. And considering he had to carry all the weight, I think he did a great job. That came out to a total of 16 out of 25. So for team 2 of mashup 6, we had Wagger number 25, Ron Florindo, and Wagger number 17, Kenny Rogers, 086. This one took a few listens to grow on me and find the things I could grab onto. I gave it a 3 for creativity. It is different. On the rock side, it's tough for me to call it rock. So I gave it a 2 on the genre commitment. And on the collaboration and the cohesion, I also gave it a 2 because it doesn't sound like they're blending as much as they should. I hear the James Brown effect that Kenny's trying to go for. And I do like Ron's riff and grooving here, but getting them together, I feel like they could have worked a little more together to get it to where it could sound. For emotional impact, also a 2. I can't connect to what's being said, the emotion that's meant to be presented, and that's also why the technical skill gets a 2 on this one. All of it is tough to grab at something that I want to hear in a song. There's repetition, but it's all repetition. There's no actual part. It's just a constant walkthrough, and I felt that the elements that I do like about it could be put together into something more. Maybe it was the time that they had to work on it, or they didn't get enough chance to work together. But the potential on this one is waiting for more work. That gave them a total score of 11 out of 25.
Round 1, matchup 6, Team 1, becoming one with the Buck Cherry vibes. The drums scream rock and roll. The vocal tone screams rock and roll. Chugging guitars scream rock and roll. Instantly recognizable for the genre as we go from the beginning where we create a sweet instrumental build into heavy chugging guitars, and then finally around 2 minutes in, drop it out for that cleaner sound. It presents an excellent brief reprieve on our journey of rock before jumping back into the fray. And of course, the ending with the organ is classy. Way to go. Let's move on to 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love about this track is the drums. They are rock and roll and they are driving the ship from beginning to end. They move us through the entirety of the song and I dig it. The second thing I love here is the rhyme scheme. While the lyrics don't do anything crazy and inventive, they are pure rock and roll, and that's the way they should be, where the emotion takes center over the wordplay. If there's one thing I want more of here, it's guitar stacks. The guitars that exist are fantastic, but I think what I'm missing for a modern rock song is a more Nickelback sounding guitar stack. Doesn't have to be a Nickelback song, and I know we all have mixed feelings about Chad Kroeger, but one thing you can't deny is that Nickelback has the best produced guitars this side of radio rock, and I think that requires snappy, clear, and concise guitars. The scores. Creativity and originality. That's a 5 out of 5. Everything worked here. Rock and roll and the genre to the words that we use for the wordplay. Genre commitment. Also a 5 out of 5. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Collaboration and cohesion. This one unfortunately is a 1 out of 5. I understand that certain things can't be helped, but when there's not a collaboration, there can't be collaboration and cohesion. Emotional impact. This one gets a 4 out of 5. Yes, we love the lyrics. Yes, we love the guitars. With a little more energy, this one takes us to the mountaintop. Technical skill and quality, also a 4 out of 5. I loved this track, and the technical skills were on display. I just needed a little more, maybe in the way of tightness, maybe in the way of those guitars. That makes the total score 19 out of 25. Good luck. Round 1, matchup 6, Team 2, Ron and Kenny. Look, I'm not sure what happened here. Lots of possibilities, but a lack of execution. You should head back to the drawing board and try again. 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. Typically, I would find 2 things, but in this case, a couple of the elements were correct for the genre. And that's pretty much what I can say. Really, the 1 thing I want more of is for y'all to go back to the drawing board and to try again. The scores. Creativity and originality. 3 out of 5. There's something there. I don't know if I would call it creative, but it was original. Genre commitment. 2 out of 5. We heard some stuff. You did some things. It is what it is. Collaboration and cohesion. This one gets a 0 out of 5. Unfortunately, none of it came together. Emotional impact. Due to the fact that none of it came together, that it lacked cohesion or commitment to the genre, this one also gets a 0 out of 5. Technical skill and quality. 0 out of 5. There were no technical or quality skills on display here. That gives us a total score of 5 out of 25. Good luck.
Yeah, this one right here is this one, like out the gate, like this joint make you feel like you got on like a checkerboard suit with some super like flashy glasses on or something, like you riding the Fisker or something, you know what I mean? Like this joint right here is trapped out right here, like codeine, like I don't know, this joint right here giving it to you right here. But the only real drawback for this one I have is it kind of sounds like a lot of other music I heard on BandLab and in real life, and on the radio and things like that. I mean, it's pretty consistent with the time and the era and the style that's everything's going on right now. But I mean, I feel like that's the only thing negative as far as negativity goes. That's the only thing I would have to say is I feel like I've heard a song more similar to this. Not the exact same song like normal you hear, but the beat, oh my God. Everything else is a 5. But creativity, I just went with a 4 because I just heard it before. And it's not saying that you don't deserve the 5. You got to get the 5. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not paying the 5 on that one. But I like it. All right, this is Mashup 7, Team 2. I give it a 3 for creativity. Because, I mean, it's averagely creative, I guess. Genre, give that a 3. The collab, cohesion, I give that another 3. Because, I mean, it's not like the greatest mashup, but it plays well. The emotional impact, I give that about a 2, even though, the music vibe was positive. And the tech skills, I give that about a 4, because I believe it was, a very good mix.
So for Mashup 7, we've got our last entry in the hip hop category. For Team 1, we got Wagger number 8, EJM Beats. He got a mystery ball, and he went with 100 milligrams, 100 mg SS. And I like how this came in. Smooth, got the hip hop feel. I gave it a 3 on creativity and originality. It does sound a lot like a lot of the hip hop I do hear nowadays. So, I really couldn't go any higher on that. To get originality, you gotta throw an extra element in on the beat with hip hop. Otherwise, it all starts to sound the same. And for the genre commitment, I also gave it a 3. It does hit the mark. It is hip hop. And there is some rap. It's just this singing style of rap that I guess is more the norm these days. For collaboration cohesion, also a 3. I know that his partner had to bail out a little early during the week. He had a baby. So I would have given it a little bit more had it been a little bit longer. For technical skills, I also gave it a 3. Good beat making, good combination. The sound was decent. Overall, it got a 15 out of 25. Now for Team 2 of Mashup 7, we got Wagger number 2, which is Tyrain, and Wagger number 20, which is Looter. And this one comes in feeling like hip hop right from the start. I like the little swooping sound that's going on coming in. I like the dynamics between the two. I gave it a 3 for creativity and originality. It fills the gap there, and for genre commitment, I gave it a 4. It hits the mark even better. For collaboration, I gave them a 5. Knowing how much these two enjoyed each other, how good they're sounding together, they got very comfortable, very quick. That really counts when it comes to good collabs and getting the cohesion in the sound. For emotional impact, a 3. Again, with hip hop, hard to get emotional, but I do understand like the message and straight to the top. That's a hip hop type of message, so it does hit the mark. And for technical skill, I also gave him a 3. It's a good mix. Good instrumentation. I like the interesting little nuances with the drum beats, and I would have gone a little bit higher there if I'd heard a little more separation between them. So that gave him a total score of 18 out of 25.
Round 1, matchup 7, Team 1, EJM and 100 MJS. This is modern hip hop if I've ever heard it. Electronic waves of sound drenched in auto-tuning. And we all know how much I love auto-tune. I can get behind everything about this, from the loops and samples to the vocal itself. This is representative of most modern hip hop. Let's go. 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love is the horns. Or, whatever that sound was. Anytime brass can be used well in a track, I'm here for it. So those SFX or horns or brass or whatever that was, wah, sounded excellent. They enhanced the verses and made them hit even harder than they did before. The second thing I love is the drum stack. Super dynamic and never gets old. The variation comes every so often and keeps my listening ears engaged for the entirety of the track. If there's one thing I want more of, it's a better mix on the vocal. The instrumental is just eating its lunch. Maybe you can EQ the instrumental back a little bit in the mids to make some more room for that vocal. The scores. Creativity and originality, 4 out of 5. Yeah, it's doing a lot that modern hip hop already does. But in a brand new song, in a brand new setting, with an excellent use of the drums, keeping us unique all the way through, there it is. Genre commitment, 4 out of 5. This is modern hip hop. I would suggest maybe you add a few more unique elements to take it from being that on-rails hip hop to something new. Collaboration and cohesion. This one gets a 4 out of 5. Well done, team. Emotional impact. This one gets a 3 out of 5. It's good, but I don't know if it really hits me in the feels. Definitely not the mountaintop. Technical skill and quality, 4 out of 5. There is nothing wrong with using loops and samples in a track. All your favorite producers do it to enhance their music. I'm here for it. I would suggest adding a little bit more spice and flair if you're going to rely on things like samples and loops. I would almost expect more. The total score is 19 out of 25. Good luck. Round 1, matchup 7, Team 2, Tyrain and Looter. Here we go. Some fantastic hip hop in the vein of Styles of Beyond, with a fantastic use of the straight to the top hook and excellent use of flow throughout the duration of the instrumental. There are even a few knick-knack sound effects, as I would call them, that bring more life to the entire track simply because they exist and we can feel them. Let's head over to 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love here is the hook. It's fantastic and meaningful to the track, straight to the top. The second thing I love here is the cohesion of the track. It truly sounds like it was one track with one person working on it rather than 2, and that's one of the highest compliments I can give. If there's one thing I want more of, it's by subtraction. I want to hear that straight to the top hook a little bit less throughout the song. It's so special, we want to keep it special. When we continue to utilize it throughout the track, about 2/3 of the way through I go, yeah, I get it, straight to the top. Still a great hook, just less impactful at that point. Dial it back, give me a little less, and make it hit harder. The scores. Creativity and originality. This one gets a 3 out of 5. It's rocking a pretty standard hip-hop style with an excellent hook. Genre commitment, 5 out of 5. Standard hip-hop style, but straight up hip-hop from beginning to end. Nice. Collaboration and cohesion? Like I mentioned earlier, it sounds like a single person put this together. 5 out of 5. Emotional impact. 4 out of 5. Specifically because I wanted a little bit less of straight to the top. If you had given me a little bit less of that, and then maybe at the very end of the song said straight to the and not given me top, I would have had no choice but to listen again. I would have been so invested. Technical skill and quality. This one's also a 4 out of 5. Really nice track, y'all. Really tight track. Just a couple little tweaks and you got it made. The total score here is 21 out of 25. Good luck.
I think I already did this one, man, but I'm gonna make it short and quick, man, because I don't want this song to tear me up again, man. This shit took me the fuck out. This is a great song. I'm giving this joint 5 all the way down the board. I can't do nothing else but get this down to 5 all the way. I'm getting a little crazy right now, like I feel it coming on, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it short, man. This is my favorite song for this round. And as far as I know for the WAG songs, this is my favorite song that I ever heard in the WAG. And I think my favorite songs from 2025 that I've ever heard in 25. Radio, the CD, the cassette, the disc, the internet stream, TikTok, I don't know. I'm more spin, but it's like, yeah, this is it right here. Thank y'all for this, man. Thank you. I really didn't even know I needed this song so much, man. I did not know. But 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. It's the best hit right here. Emotional. I gotta go, y'all. This is getting me. Okay, so this is giving me like a true vibe, true blood vibe, like the beginning, like the intro song. So I guess that would make it like a Louisiana country type of thing, like low bone 2, or what they call it, Louis Vuitton, you know, a real Baton Rouge country type of thing. So far, creativity, I'm giving it a 2. Genre, I get at about a 3. Collab, I guess I'll get at a 2. And emotion, impact, I give that a 1. Tech skills, I'll get at another 2. And I can actually change that into a 3 because it takes something to hear some of this stuff and make it, because I'm sure this isn't the rough draft. I'm sure that they were able to do something to it and make it like this and, you know, technically have a skill to do that. So I'm giving that a 3.
So for mashup 8, we had our second country entries. And for team 1, we had Wagger number 4, Starmy, and Wagger number 21, Matt J.H. And this one really was the highlight for me of round 1. Coming in, I was soaked in right from the moment I heard the two of them singing. It represents everything in country that I do love to hear. And country's a tough sell. Didn't used to be a country fan, but when I hear country like this, it can convert even the toughest of non-country lovers. For creativity and originality, they got a perfect 5. Beautifully written, very creative in their approach and how they came together on it. And for the genre commitment, again, a perfect 5. It is pure country. And again, for collaboration and cohesion, a perfect 5, because they just blended amazing. To hear two voices that don't step on each other and complement each other this way is magical. And again, for emotional impact, another perfect score with 5. Listening to this throughout the week, it has just stuck in my head. I feel every word. I feel every moment in the song. It's a real accomplishment to make a song like that. And the one score where I didn't go with a perfect 5, I gave him a 4 on the technical skill, not because I didn't feel it wasn't perfect. It's just there's always room to adjust, and with the 7 days that you get to work with, it's really hard to hit the technical mark perfectly, because we go through these very fast with 7 days. So if there's one criteria that they could push it a little more, is just smooth out a few little things, and it is a perfect song to me. It is ready for the radio. So that gave him a total score of 24 out of 25. One of the 2 tracks in round 1 that came this close to perfection. So for team 2 of Mashup 8, we had Wagger number 26, Necro Inc., and Wagger number 5, Tweedledum. And coming into this one, I'm a big fan of Johnny Cash and the Doors, and a lot of the things that grabbed me in this one were these kinds of elements. It has a slow kind of gallop along and carries you along in a message and a song that does work great when you put it together like this. For creativity and originality, I gave it a 4. For the genre commitment, I also gave it a 4. It's country. It's exceptional country. And for the collaboration and cohesion, again, a 4. They did a good job of blending each other and getting that stride all the way through. For emotional impact, as I listened throughout the week and heard it over and over again, I really started to connect with the words going on in it and the story being told, and had to give it a 4 because it did connect with me. And the one that gets a 3 is the technical skill. There's a little bit of swayiness to it. Again, that's not a bad thing with country. Country can float, and here we have sort of a gallop and a walk along, or a wandering through the desert. So for me, 3 means they hit the technical mark for arrangement, instrumentation, and production. So that gave them 19 out of 25.
Round 1, matchup 8, team 1, Matt JH and Starmy. I wish y'all could have seen our faces during the live stream. It would take a novel to write everything we liked about this track. If you both carry this kind of intensity throughout the competition, there are no limits to what you can achieve. The acoustic guitar tone, coupled with that organ chorus, and the ambient guitar in the background really complete that musical atmosphere. The vocals were both quality in tone and in execution. The total package. Let's jump over to 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love here is the ambient instrumental. It screams new school country at every turn and is perfect for this track. The second thing I love is how the vocals were arranged. The arrangement was fantastic, and the vocals went hard. If there's one thing I want more of, and believe me, we have to get microscopic for this, I want a tighter recording. There were moments in the track when the male and the female duet would end their phrases at separate times, or maybe start them just a little bit off, or perhaps their cadence was slightly different. The cadence, okay. Starting, artistic, but the ending can be really jarring to a listener's ears. Hey, go, go. It creates a dissonance that takes us out of the track rather than keeping us engaged. The scores, creativity and originality. This one's a 5 out of 5. Excellent vocal duet, excellent new school country sound, excellent content. Genre commitment, again, 5 out of 5. Really rings new school country. Collaboration and cohesion, also a 5 out of 5. Great duet choice for this track. Emotional impact, 5 out of 5. Let's face it, when the instrumental and the vocals come together in this complete of a package, it's impossible not to go to the mountaintop. And finally, technical skill and quality, this one gets a 4 out of 5 for the aforementioned one thing I want more of. A tighter recording, and you've got a 5 next time. The total score here is 24 out of 25. Good luck. Round 1, matchup 8, Team 2, Necro and Tweedle. Get these two a sync placement deal. This song screams TV and movies. The image it paints is truly country, and the vibe screams tumbleweeds across the screen. I can't give it a higher compliment than nailing the genre, because that's the name of the game. Also, you can't get it past me. I'm a huge fan of whatever vocal synth or tuning we placed under a few of those vocals. Is it monster voice? Is it low octave double? I don't know, but it was great. Let's head over to 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. Pitch shifting. Adding pitch shifted layers for a vocal stack is a pro move, and I am here for it. The second thing I love is the picture you painted with the instrumental. It is all encompassing in this genre, and it is giving 5 out of 5 energy. If there's one thing I want more of, it's next time I hear this kind of track from y'all, I want those vocals front and center. The instrumental really does shine through, and now the vocals need to maybe we can EQ a little bit of the high mids out of the guitar to create some space for the vocal. That could really work. The scores, creativity and originality. This one gets a 5 out of 5. Man, I enjoyed this original track, and it was creative all the way through while never bucking the genre trend, which leads us to genre commitment. I'm also giving this a 5 out of 5. For all the reasons I mentioned before, clearly country. Collaboration and cohesion, 5 out of 5. You two collaborated like a dream. Well done. Emotional impact. The way you painted a picture for me, 5 out of 5. Great work. And finally, technical skill and quality. This one gets a 4 out of 5. I really do need those vocals to shine through just a little bit more. It'll create the perfect pièce de résistance to your country track. All right now, that puts your total score at 24 out of 25. Good luck.
Here are the results for What's a Genre Showdown 2025 Winter Series Round 1. Mashup 1. We have winners Dat, Don P, and Bassface with a total of 61 points. Mashup number 2. This was a close one, with Sweet Guitar and Leslie Parker closing it out with 62 points. Mashup number 3. Winners Maria and Static with a total of 66 points. Mashup 4. Remo and Pinky with 73 total points. Mashup number 5. Maeve Hendrix and RJS with a total of 70 points. Mashup 6. Rolo Knox with a total of 56 points. Mashup 7 was a close one, but it was taken by EJM in 100 MGS with a total of 60 points. And last but certainly not least is mashup 8 with the winners Matt, JH, and Stormy with a total of 74 points. Congratulations to our high scorers. The highest was 74 went to Matt, JH, and Stormy, followed by 73 points for Remo and Pinky, and 70 points for RJS and Maybay. Thank you to everyone who competed in this round. We cannot have a showdown without contestants, so it really does depend on you. Thank you for trying something new. Thank you for being here with us, and please stay tuned for an announcement from Rusty Wilkins.
Good evening, my waggers. So we are moving in to round 2. First off, we're going to congratulate Dat Don P, number 32, number 22, Bass Face, number 28, Leslie Parker, number 10, Christina Sweets, number 16, Maria, number 13, Static, number 3, Remo, number 6, Pinky, number 7, Mavi, number 11, RJS, number 9, Rolo Knox. His partner gives us a save. That'll be explained soon. Number 8, EJM Beats. Number 29, 100 milligrams. Number 4, Starmy, and number 21, Matt JH. You all get to move on to the second round of the WAG. Second round of the WAG will have the following genres added in: disco, jazz, R&B, grunge, blues, rock, punk, and pop. That is what we're facing in this round. Now, the drawing is ready. I am here tonight because the video was very grainy due to bad quality from my side. But we're going to use it. There is no redo in the spirit of the WAG. It will not be redone. Once it's done, it's done. So you're going to have to bear with it, and we're going to talk through. So Tony, Angie, and the backstage, let's run that drawing. Look at me coming around the corner. And welcome to round 2. What an exciting first round that was, folks. So what has happened is you just heard from Coco Bark, who is moving on, and we have one save. What we're going to do in that one save is whoever I draw out of this Save-A-Lot bag will be the wagger that gets to carry on into the second round, even though they were eliminated. All eligible waggers are put back into the bag. I'm going to pull that number first and drop it into the official wagger box. But first, here is our one and only save round. And the lucky wagger is number 23. Tonal Android. Congratulations. You, my friend, get to carry on. Tonal Android. Now, that's out of the way. Carry on. Let's draw for the WAG. Round number 2. And look at all them new genres. Mashup 1. Team 1 is number 4, Starmy. Number 29, 100 milligrams. Versus Team 2, Pinky Zoo. Oh, shit. Number 6. And number 11, RJS. Pinky Zoo and RJS. Their genre is I greased the wheel. So we don't have the wheel video up right here. We have punk, ladies and gentlemen. Punk. We have punk. The wheel video is not.
1, 4, and 29 versus
You'll see
6
the wheel
and
video.
11 doing punk. Matchup 2. Team 1. Number 32.
That Don P.
Number 9.
Rolo Knox.
Versus number 23.
Number 23. Tonal Android.
Number 6.
And number 16.
Is
Maria P. See, now this is where we have a lot of. We landed on pop. You see the quality here, yeah.
Matchup number 3.
There was a
Team 1.
snowstorm going on, a sleet storm.
Number 28. Number 8.
Number 28, Leslie Parker, and number 8,
Versus
GM Beats.
Number 13.
Versus number 13,
And
Static.
Number 21.
Number 21, Matt J.H.
Their genre is
The genre is jazz.
jazz. And the final matchup for round 2. Matchup 4. We have Team 1. Number 22.
22, Bass.
Number 3.
Number 3, Remo.
Versus number 7.
Number 7, Mavi.
And number 10.
Number 10, Christina Sweet.
Their genre is grunge. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, here with your partners. Rock, pop, jazz, and grunge. For round 2, it's your boy Rusty. This is the WAG. Don't be scared, baby.
And that's that. Everybody can come in now. So we are looking at punk, pop, jazz, and grunge. We got to show the spin shit. So yeah, there was a lot of bad network connections, but here comes the spin, so you guys don't think that it was a setup or anything like that. Keep it as much in the spirit of the WAG as possible. So that's why you got the grainy ones there. There is your punk spin. When we recorded it, I didn't have it pinned for the other camera that was sitting there. Pop. So mashup 1 is Starmy and 100 milligrams versus Pinky Zoo and RJS and Punk. Mashup 2 is Dat Don P and Rolo Knox, 32 and 9 versus 23 Tonal Android and number 60 Maria P. They're doing pop. Jazz is mashup 3 with Leslie Parker, number 28, and number 8 EJM Beats, versus number 13 Static and number 21 Matt JH. And they're doing jazz. And mashup 4 is Bass number 22, number 3 Remo versus number 7 Mavi, number 10 Christina Sweet doing grunge. This is going to be an interesting second round. So
grunge and punk.
Whoever wants to come in, come on in and we can start talking about this. Congratulations to everybody that was in the first round, that did participate. I mean, that in itself is awesome. It's an accomplishment and a half. Not many do. As you see, I mean, even after everything we have done, there still is one or two that are unable or don't. You know. So you did it. You know? And I appreciate it so much. And even with all the technical difficulties, the little technical difficulties and all that went on, the behind the scenes team is awesome. Tony, thank you for all you do. Angie, thank you. The judges were freaking awesome. Coco, awesome. Successful first round, no matter what.
Oh,
Very
I'm
much a
glad
successful
I'm
first
glad I got to finally hear the different judges' feedback. I mean, doing the edits, I didn't actually get a chance to listen to them because I was too busy rendering them. It's nice to see there's certain things we do agree on as far as the judges go and where the diversity is.
Yeah. The three different, everybody was the different emotions. I was just in awe because of how perfect each one of you are for the waggers. Like they're taking something special from each one. You know, more than a lot of people could do as a judge on that. Being a wag judge is a very hard job.
It's actually harder than being a contestant. I've done both at this point, I can say so.
EJM's in. Mr. You know what? This guy. Now, where's he at? That was amazing.
Yeah, this was the tightest race of all of them. You said it was a 1 point difference, huh?
It was two. I don't have. I gotta look at the numbers again on that one. But it was just like because they're the only ones to break the 50, so they got the 2 points for the likes. So that was just congratulations on that, EJ, wherever you are. I think I saw you pop in. But you were the only team to do it. Now another team did break it, but you didn't do it by 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. So I got screenshots. I got receipts.
Hello.
You got 2 points for that one. I think it was Rolo got it. Okay.
Well,
After the two, I was like, oh, somebody did do it. Now we're going to go for 3 points next round, right? But yeah, Pinky, I see you in here. Mavi, congratulations.
Congratulations, you guys.
Pinky, you ready to do some punk?
Yeah,
Oh,
Pinky,
yeah.
how do you feel? How do you feel about getting Punk?
I'm so thrilled.
When I heard it was gonna be Punk, I was like, you know what? I know she got some Punk in her.
Hopefully.
I think so, for sure.
Just gotta get my mood in.
Punk, you just gotta have an attitude. You already got that. You gotta
Can you guys
be a
hear me?
little angry and anti-system. So find a way to like get pissed off at the man. Then you got Punk.
Cracker, you can't help yourself. I love it.
Don't
Cool.
cry.
Am I
Grand.
Hey, EGM.
Hi. I
Congratulations.
thought I was doing around. Wait, how much was the extra point worth?
What?
Oh, sorry. Am I good? Can you guys hear me?
It's getting better. It's stabilizing.
Wait, how much was the extra point worth? Because I could have sworn, I think I'm just bad at math. I could have sworn I lost that. I'm bad at math. Yeah, I'm just bad at math.
Hitting the 50 got you an extra point on this overall score. So for every 25,
was it 1 point?
Every 25 likes gave a point. So you hit 50,
Well, I thought it was
so
every
you
50.
got 2.
That's why I was getting the math wrong. Okay. I thought it was every 50. That's why. Here, let me put. I need to grab my headphones so I can actually hear you guys. I'll be right back.
Oh, there's the hair. You let him stay up late tonight, huh, Russ?
Oh boy. Jazz.
Oh, Russ, your mic, I don't think it's working. I see you. Yeah. Did you press something?
I am very, very surprised with the drawings. It's like very unpredictable.
Nope.
What?
There you go. I heard what?
Yeah, I pulled the freaking cord out again. I get too excited sometimes.
Well, your boy's here. I can understand.
Yeah. I guess the secret's out. Junior's there.
You guys hear me no better now?
By the way, my man, great first round. I mean,
Thank you.
Unfortunate circumstances with that one, you know. But you did great. You did do great. It wasn't shit. You definitely weren't one of the shit ones. Not that there was a shit one. Let me pull that back and maybe censor myself a little bit. I didn't. There was two questionables. Be Swift speaks for all of us.
And after listening, throughout the week, that's kind of the conclusion I came to. There was no track that I couldn't appreciate for something. Going through the criteria, it's a great list of criteria, and there's no song that didn't fit in certain categories of it. The trickiest thing is trying to hit like all of them consistently. The tracks that could consistently hit, whether it was 3-3-3-3-3 or 4-4-4-4-4, those were the tracks that I think were the most solid. Like they hit a little bit of everything all across the board, and there was a couple of them in there.
I just got on the Rubik's Cubes here. I was watching Rubik's Cubes. Mavi, grunge, man. Christina Sweet.
Oh, I feel bad for them.
Yo, who was I partnered with? I couldn't hear
Bass
you. It
and
was a little
Remo.
bit
You're
glitchy.
gonna talk on bass and Remo. Pinky, what do you think about that? Remo, you're our old partner.
That's my genre, though.
But
I don't know what to say, but yeah, that's his genre. I was thinking grunge. Oh my god.
Oh man.
So lucky.
We got a recording of this.
I think he willed it. He was saying it for the last couple of days.
Let me get grunge.
Although
Keep that
actually,
attitude for punk, Pinky.
he was
my attitude, yeah.
he was asking for disco.
You're so damn lucky, you.
Disco would have been cool, though. It would have been.
Disco goes on next round.
Would have been real nice.
Oh, disco.
Static.
Disco.
Static with Matt J.H. doing jazz. Matt J.H. coming off of that hot country song, that tear-jerking country song. It almost broke one of my judges' country songs. Coming in and doing jazz after that hip-hop calling in reverse.
Yeah, I'm scared. I've never experimented with any kind of jazz. I can't remember the last jazz song I've listened to, honestly.
Jazz was a new one for me last summer. Like I can appreciate jazz and I've listened to it, but making it was a whole nother experience.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky with my partner though. Matt JH, he's great. Oh my God, check out his top tracks. Dude, he makes I can't find a single bad song from him. Like he's incredible.
You guys are gonna need to like try to find your like inner Sinatra. Look at those like swooning singers from the 50s and 60s, study their techniques, and you'll get some of that jazz flavor. But
some of the music that I listen to in the morning, just pay attention to that.
Put your head on my shoulder.
That is not the first thing in the morning music. That. First thing in the morning music.
That's how we
Johnny
ended the
Mercer.
Valentine's dance.
I like that. G.I. Jack.
This ain't your daddy. This ain't your daddy's jazz.
Yeah, EJ and Beat is partnered with Leslie Parker.
Yo,
doing jazz.
What's that?
Do you want to throw the storyline out there? There's Static. What happened in the last showdown?
Oh boy. Dream Pusher. See, I don't want to push all the blame on him, but I really kind of have to. Didn't he
We're not putting blame on nobody.
Well, I mean, he did kind of steal a beat from YouTube, and we didn't really disclose that.
Well, and by not disclosing it, it feels like he stole it. Most people these days don't think they're stealing because they got the beat from YouTube, and that's what everybody does. But
Exactly.
it's important to emphasize to anybody listening out there, if you're just grabbing beats from wherever and using them in your music, and you don't be honest about what you're using and give it credit, people are going to accuse you of stealing music. And in some cases, they're not wrong. So don't just use things without knowing whether that beat's like a commercial beat or, and definitely give credit to whoever you're getting it from and using. Otherwise, it comes off like you're trying to represent it as yourself. So shame on him for doing that.
Maybe I won.
No, I already saw it twice in that time.
Oh.
Yo, Lil,
I wasn't looking.
you guys hear me?
But oh, there he is. It's Static and you guys were supposed to go against each other in the last showdown, but due to problems and infringements, Static, my own kin, I had to disqualify him, so he never got to go against you. So where it was
I
legal.
don't like the way you worded that.
It's a dirty job, but Rusty
Didn't I
gotta
say
do it.
before, you're my kid, but this is my baby? I love you. I love you, son. You're doing great. But EJM, you guys didn't really have to get to go against each other. So now it's the rematch of a match that never got to officially happen.
That's cool. Cool.
It's like-
So who I'm with who again?
You are with Leslie Parker, number 28, and you're doing jazz.
Ooh, nice. I have a few jazz beats. I'm assuming I didn't make it during the project stuff, but I have some influence to work off
for
of.
the way.
I know. I'm gonna look at those old beats and see what I can improve on.
All right. Well, get in touch with your partner.
You know what I mean,
got
right?
it.
Like, what's their BandLab at? Am I still talking? Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
they're out on BandLab, so I
you're
can check them
coming
out.
in and out a little bit. You're on
Yeah,
Wi-Fi?
my mic is kind of crap.
EJM,
Yeah, I'm
make
on
it
Wi-Fi.
easy.
We just installed a new.
EJM, I'm gonna make it easiest for you. If you go on to the What's the Genre BandLab page at What's the Genre, first post that is put up there, you look at the first comment, you'll see all the waggers listed. Wagger number 28. There's her at right
check it
there.
out.
Yeah, her ad is just her name, Leslie Parker.
Yeah, but it'd be instant connect just like that. Same with you there, Static. You might need
Yeah, I've
to
already
go
got in
and
touch.
start talking to your partner.
I'm already in
More
touch.
time Matt JH has, the better it gets.
We're already talking. We're talking right now.
Ah, don't waste no time.
Getting the wag on already. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet. Go to bed.
Oh shit, yo, EJM, you better be ready. Matt used to be in a jazz band.
Nice.
Yeah, but
I'm just
good
excited
luck.
to be in this.
Yeah, it's fun though. It's fun. It's friendly
Yeah, I'm
competition.
checking her out and give her a follow.
Are we gonna have the waggers coming
Is it
in?
her or he?
Oh, by the way,
Leslie's
EJM,
got
any more
dude,
waggers coming in? Have we got any more? I mean, if you want to talk to me, I'm not in the YouTube chat right now. I've just been sitting in here.
oh, let me say real quick,
Hey,
EJM, that
waggers
song
wanna
that
come,
you
we can talk in here.
the song you posted for this first round, that was a banger, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know if am I still talking? Am I still talking?
Yeah,
you're so good.
This mic is crap. I don't know if 100 MGs or whatever. Yeah, he has another account, but I prefer to call him P5 or Project 5 because that's what the account I met him on.
Yeah.
I like the name better. But he, I don't know if he will. I keep the green isn't going around. Am I still talking?
Yeah, you're all good, dude.
Okay, there we go. I am.
Are you watching the stream at the same time?
So maybe I should stop.
If you are watching the stream,
Yeah.
mute it, and don't pay attention to the stream. Otherwise, you're gonna mess your head up. Because
yeah,
focus on the Zoom.
I'm
personally completely
muted,
close the
yeah.
stream.
It's muted, yeah. I'll do that. I'll give my mom back her computer. Oh, of course, she's asleep right now, so give it to her in the morning. What was I gonna say? Yeah, 100 MGs. He just had a kid, as you're aware. I don't know how open he is to making songs. He just released an mixtape or an EP. I can't remember which one it was.
Well, can you
And
do
I
me
think
a
that's like his
can you
project
do
for the
me a
month.
favor and
He's going to that.
ask him, because we did consider him
I
for this
I have
round,
already
and
talked to 100 MGs. He already
okay,
messaged me. He would
okay,
not have moved on if I haven't talked to him.
okay, so you verified, so that
He's
way
the.
we're
We have an interview coming up. So
good.
thank you, EJM, for looking out for
Oh,
him.
nice.
But yeah, he's in. You brought him in, and you better watch out so he don't take over the WAG.
Yeah, he could end up kicking your ass in the end.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering because I was expecting because he's really good.
He is very good, and I think he wants to WAG on.
Yeah.
We're actually talking tomorrow.
I know a lot of good artists, so feel like I've met a lot of artists who are very like small, like underrated, who I feel like could be really big someday. One of those is a guy named Temple. He's a 16-year-old artist from I don't remember, but he just his singing is so like angelic. It's beautiful. It's like I don't know how to describe it, but
I'll have
he
him
just
sign up for
conveys
the summer
lyrics.
series then if he's that good.
Yeah, he's extremely small, and I've been trying to get him like exposure, and just I'm trying to get him. I think he. Oh, let me check my text. I feel like he just texted me because I saw it right before I joined the stream. Wait, I feel like I should send a link so you guys can check him out. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
So how do you EJM?
Yeah.
How you feel about teaming up with Leslie and
Yeah.
doing jazz?
I've not listened to her music yet, so I listened to it in the sec. So my mic's cutting out. You guys hear me?
Are you also monitoring your mic so you hear yourself? That's how you're thinking because your mic's not cutting out here. Your connection might be, but if you're monitoring yourself, if you can
No,
hear
I just have
yourself
really.
in your mic,
No,
again, that's gonna mess you up.
I have buttons on my mic that if I accidentally press them, it can mute me or disconnect
Oh, you have a built-in.
me.
Or do you have
It's they're
original
JBLs,
sound
but
enabled?
I press. What?
Original sound enabled under more? And,
No, chances are if he hasn't messed with Zoom, Zoom starts with Zoom optimized, and most people never go to original sound. But I'm feeling like
yeah.
he's
I'm just looking at Temple's
monitoring his
profile right now.
mic, and if you're monitoring your
It
mic,
just keeps falling. Oh, give me a sec. The button keeps falling. I keep pressing the button every time it falls. So.
Coco is here. Coco is here.
Yeah, Temple has.
Did you just
Coco.
Beethoven fifth Coco in?
I did. You like
Coco
that? That
is
was
here.
good. Coco is here. You're
How
muted,
was the
Coco.
gig?
Hashtag unmute. You're muted. There we go.
Yes, I've unmuted myself. Hey guys, I didn't realize y'all were on. I was just watching the YouTube and I was like, oh, this is what they were talking about earlier. And then I was like, holy crap, it's pretty late for y'all, huh?
It is.
Actually, this is my morning.
Yeah, I'm on your circadian rhythm, Tony. I think we are probably synced. That way I'm
Coco, which one are you looking forward to?
Oh gosh. Well, you just talked about the jazz. So who did Remo get put with?
Well, Remo and Bass are doing grunge.
They're doing grunge. That's what I'm looking forward to. Yes,
they're
that
going
one.
against Mayvi and Christina Sweet.
And then RJS is going to do punk, which I think will be fun to check out for sure.
RJS and Pinky. I'm trying to
and
point
Pinky.
that.
Yeah, I saw Pinky on.
And then they're going against Starmy and
you
100
tapped
milligrams
yourself
too. So
out. She tapped herself out. It's like she's wrestling.
I didn't mean to. I was trying to look at the main screen to see everybody there. Now I can see everybody. And then when I switched over, it took the mic off. But yes, wow! Look at everybody in here. We got a whole setup here. Hey, Ange is in here. Ange, you're up late.
Yes, I am.
All for this, all for the
What was I gonna
wag.
say?
That's
Oh,
right. Sharing the love.
I did it for the waggy. Waggy.
Yeah, I'm
What?
excited about the grunge because I don't know. We've never had grunge before, so it'll be a different genre that we've never.
Oh my God, but it will never be, 'cause I know rest for the wicked, that's me. Suicidal, semicolon, I wanna be good before they get so far. Open for me.
Russell, you playing your music?
Open,
Are you wagging it out?
How
It
did
is
you push
definitely
that
Russ.
in?
I
I
don't know.
saw
I
Oh, that
muted him.
definitely was you.
I muted him, but that was definitely Russ.
How did you push it? Because that came in. That came in like share audio.
Yeah, share audio.
What kind of magic powers do you have?
That sound was really good.
Does, right?
High
Because
quality
you hear the whole thing.
sounds.
Yeah.
Yo, I sent a link to the artist I was talking about's page and his most recent song. For my personal favorite from him that he's released. He's mind blowing.
Who's he?
Singing is great. Sorry. His name's Temple. I wanted to try to get more exposure. I'm working. He is amazing. He's just I don't know how to describe his singing, but in ways that aren't like saying he's just an angelic.
Angelic?
He's 16. Angelic, yeah. He
Smooth? Like
he's like no falling, no plays, and it's like I've been following him since early summer of 2024. And my friend recommended him that don't dumb down to just back vocals. This guy has potential. It's really good.
Broke it, Rusty.
I know why. No, I know why it's doing that.
I like it though, because now I feel like sneaky. Like we can hear everything that Rusty is playing while we're supposed to be having a conversation.
And Rusty. Not Russ.
And now he's muted.
Of course. That was a jam though.
Right?
You can play it if you want.
Oh, he's gonna disconnect and change his audio. He doesn't want you seeing his hidden tracks.
Isn't that fun? I was like, what are we gonna hear next? Like pulling stuff out of the archives. So that's a good question. How many songs do you have that are in your library that are unreleased?
A lot.
I bet you Ange got
I'd
me
say
beat
about
there.
I can say
Although
about
some
50.
of those songs I
I
might
got like
be in
4
as
albums
well.
that are not finished. I got multiple
Yeah.
beats. I got multiple collabs. I got unreleased album songs. I have band songs I haven't finished.
Whoa.
I have a
How
weird
many?
laugh.
So how many is that? EGM?
I say around like 50. I've lost count. Some of them are
Okay.
just buried to the band library.
Yeah. 50s.
The ones I
That's a
do
low
constantly update
number.
are my big album.
Okay, Ange, how many do you think you have if you had to guess?
Oh, probably about 200. Yeah.
That's on the generous side.
That is on the well, that's on the band lab side of things, right?
Okay.
That would be on the
Yeah.
band lab side of things of how many like I have on there and haven't released. Yeah.
We went through like how many CDs of stuff
Well,
that
that's what I'm saying. Like, so there's a separate thing of like on the lab, and then there's a separate thing of like years off the lab. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, before the lab.
So, like,
After.
literally, Tony and I probably went through a good 50 to 75 of my CDs that I have of original tracks and music.
Wow.
And that was before the lab.
That's cool. So has your songwriting changed?
I don't know. I think I've been pretty consistent.
Yeah. Yeah, you are pretty good at.
I've been pretty consistent. Yeah.
Wow. All my old songs are like, I'm like, some of them I'm like, wow, I really thought that. Like I was really that deep, you know, and the other songs I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was talking about that. Like, why is that a song? You know, little things that bother you that you have to sort of get out, and then like later on you're like you're over them, and so then you're just like, this is a stupid thing to sing about. But at the time,
Well,
it was,
it's kind of like being 14 and you think something's really, really cool, and then all of a
yeah.
sudden you're 20 and you're looking back like, damn,
Ouch.
what the hell was I thinking at 14? Your
Yeah.
music kind of falls in the
Is that personally
same.
attacked?
Are you 14?
Yep. I'm turning 15 in 2 days though.
Well,
Wow.
Happy
trust me when
birthday.
I say this. 5 years from now, whatever you think is like super cool and important now, there's always a paradigm shift. Whether it's 5 years, whether it's 10 years, your mind and your tastes will change. The music I
But
loved at 14 isn't the same music I love now.
but then again, if you take a
Happy birthday,
song,
You're saying my
EJM, by
favorite
the
thing to
way.
do right now, I won't like anymore? Okay, thanks.
if
No, I would say
Yeah.
you're 14 now. You're amazing, and
Doc.
on when you're 20, you'll be a lot like you'll be. I know where you're gonna be when you're 20.
and honestly,
But,
I
but
honestly like if I had like some of the music that I did when I was like younger, maybe like 5, 6 years old, those actually probably would have been hits
Yeah.
because a child, when they write and they sing is so pure. They don't hold back. So, the emotion takes it to another level. Um, I'm going to say quite a few years ago, there was a child that did a country song. And it ended up becoming like a
Mason Ramsey?
hit song. No, no, no. I can't think of his name. I'd have to, really dig in my archives. But um, he was talking about sitting on a bus and,
Mason
you
Ramsey was a kid
know,
who did a song who started singing in Walmart.
no, this was a really sad song. This kid talked about how his father beat his mother and killed her.
Oh,
And so it was definitely like, really pure from the heart and how he looked to God to protect him, you know. So
do you know
Wow,
the
that's
like I said,
deep.
I mean, some kids' songs are just meant to hit you a little bit harder. So I don't know. I think if I would have had some of those songs like recorded and everything from when I was a kid, it probably would have they probably would have took off a little bit more than some of those things that I wrote older, if that
But
makes sense.
you get a different perspective on the same things. Love, breakups, big difference between like young love and old love, where it's like, oh, my heart's been broken over and over again. How people perceive some of those emotions change with age and how they write their songs. Sometimes a child can say things in a pure way that an adult can't, because time sometimes takes away magic. Time dilutes magic. And
I guess I kind of learned to not write so personal. So things I wrote when I was younger was more personal compared to writing more third party now.
you're more likely to hold back as you get older because you start to realize like, oh, if I let too much out, you start to get that vulnerability feeling.
Oh,
And
heck no. Sinead O'Connor, when she sang Michael Jackson's or Prince's song, Nothing Compares.
but
Hello. No,
she
that's
sang
emotion right there.
she sang it emotionally, but she didn't write it. Prince wrote it emotionally, and
Okay, Cyndi
all she
Lauper.
did was project the emotion.
Alicia Keys.
Yeah, Alicia's a good example, and her songwriting has changed along with her. Her music is much more mature nowadays, but it also doesn't hit the same mark that it did when she first came out.
I've noticed that people don't
Can I ask a question?
always. Well, hold on, buddy. I'm talking.
Okay.
Coco needs a hammer.
Right?
I do. Sometimes I think that I've written songs that are not very personal, and those don't usually, and they're very, they can be very technical or whatever, but those don't usually, I don't know. I don't get the same feedback unless I give myself. And I don't like to give myself, so I don't write a lot of songs, or at least I don't publish a lot of songs because I don't want to give that, you know what I mean? It takes you have to get to that certain level to where you get the
When
honest.
you listen to some of those older songs that you have made and you go back to the feeling that you had when you wrote them,
Yeah.
do you still feel the same feeling, or does the feeling start to change because now you're listening to it and you're, "Oh, what was I thinking? What was I writing?" Does the feeling stay intact?
Depends on if I'm over the situation or not. So like, you may have the same repeating patterns in relationships, because I write a lot about relationships mostly. So like if it's the same pattern that I'm repeating, if I'm feeling vulnerable in another relationship, then if I visit a song that I wrote about the same feeling,
So
it's
if
gonna
you happen to
hit.
be going through another breakup and you go
Yeah.
to one of your old breakup songs, you don't feel this, you don't feel about the same person, but you still have the same feeling. You're just feeling
Yeah.
it for somebody else.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of those patterns I've broken. But there are, there are definitely songs that I'm like, I can go back there. Yeah, I mean, you could go back there, even if I don't feel that way anymore. Like, there's been songs I've written about my kids. There's been songs I've written about my husband that, sometimes, bitterness, sometimes happiness, right? But I can go back to both of those sort of things. Or nostalgia is something I also like really frequent a lot, because nostalgia, I'm in that part of my life where everything is nostalgic. Everything is meaningful. Everything is a lesson. I'm sure my kids are tired of it, but I'm like, let's break it down, break down what's going on with you.
Do you flip them over and spin them on their heads then?
Yes.
I'm just asking for a friend. I mean,
The dreidel. Spin the
So
dreidel.
I counted in my personal projects, so not collaborations, 405 not released projects.
Wow.
I actually counted just the whole time we were doing that, so
That is a lot.
and I've released like 300 probably at least, so solo songs
That's
in 3 years.
only 3 years.
Yeah, so I got on BandLab like 3 years ago.
That's 700 projects.
If I was counting everybody, it'd
Yeah.
probably be between 4 and 6, but not all of them are mine.
And then my band, I didn't count those projects, and then other collaborations, so it's a lot. But
Usually a lot of the ones that are incomplete are ones you're working with somebody else on. If it's
Yeah,
truly
depends.
just a song of my own, there's nothing stopping me from finishing it. But if I am trying to work with somebody else and it's not jiving, then that's the main reason why I don't get it done.
Yeah.
And sometimes it goes, Tony is jamming, I come in, and then we just spat ideas back and forth, and then it ends up in a project folder.
At least it's an
3
idea
months
that
later, I come back and I tell you we're adding 15 people.
I'd rather have an idea that's not complete, that doesn't get lost, than one that got completed but completely got lost in my mind as far as next,
Yeah, I would probably say maybe like 16 to 20% of those songs are probably almost finished, and the rest are all like just half-baked ideas.
Who did I cut off earlier? Was it you, Seth?
No, EGM.
Oh, EGM. Did you want to pop back in? I want to give you the stage. If you're still there.
No, Swift in the house. Somebody's pulling in a late nighter.
Oh, you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hey, there we go. Can you guys hear me again?
Yep.
Yes.
I pressed that button on my mic by accident.
Try
I was
to
gonna
avoid
ask when you
that.
guys were
Try to
talking about
avoid
the
that
artists
button.
who
Try to
share
avoid
emotion.
that button.
I'm sorry, can you repeat
I
that?
was gonna give an example. There's an artist who I think is very unknown who recently passed away. Who was her name was Nightbird. She went on to America's Got Talent to do a show before, because she had cancer. She would do a show to try to see how far she could get. It was terminal. She sang a song. She was gonna go to the finals, and then her cancer came back, and it was revealed she passed away. But the song was like, and people came back to the song, like in On America's Got Talent, people come back multiple times and sing her song. I just thought that would be a good example.
Beautiful tribute.
I think it's more comment than a question.
Mhm.
I just thought that was a cool idea, like a cool tribute thing.
Very awesome. Swift is in the
That was a really good thing you guys
house.
were talking about.
What's
Emotion
good,
and
man? I'm
songs.
back up. I fell asleep real quick. I was knocked out. It was good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. I was knocked out.
It's hard work being a judge.
Especially being the tough judge. Me and Tatius were debating on who's going to be the good cop and the bad cop, and we're like, we can probably play either one, but when it comes down to the heavy lifting, Swift is the heavy lifter.
You're not lying. Give you a Swift kick.
Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit. Or
Thank you, GM.
Bye, GM. Yes, with your scores were the harshest of the bunch.
You said the harshest?
Well,
Yeah.
you're the course corrector.
Okay.
You steer the ship back on track.
They're getting 1 point for I'm just 1 point if you could, like if they get one.
Actually, it was the 0 that like got me on 1. I was like, damn.
Hey, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't disagree.
I mean, it's pretty in line. Most of the scores were pretty in line with each other. There was a few times that I was like, "Whoa, that was a very different take," but for the most part,
Well, and when it comes to like this 1 to 5, kind of point system, it's all about like the kind of approach that you take. Because I noticed Tatius kind of takes a top-down approach. Me, I'm more the middle approach. So like 3 says like you hit at least the criteria. And if you
Okay.
did something really good, I go up. If you did something not as much, I go down. I'm not really shooting for 1s and 5s. If I actually give a 1 or a 5, which I didn't give anybody a 1 in this round, I mean, there was at least something redeeming in all the criteria across all the tracks. Nobody got less than a 2 for me. But I mean, there was a few that I felt like Swift, and I felt like I could go to a 1, but I listened like 7, 8 times to every track. So by that point, even the ones that initially I was like, I was like, you know what? There is actually something hiding in there, and I can't ignore when I do hear a little bit
that
of
is
that.
such a Rusty comment right there. That is such a Rusty. That stuff. Rusty's like, I heard something in there. I was like, no, you didn't. I can
There's
see what they're
something. There's something there. There's something there.
There's sound there. Doesn't mean
They made a noise.
Uh,
Yeah.
technically, noise is considered a genre. There's a
Oh my
couple of
God.
genres that actually include noise as part of it.
Well, it wasn't in the round one wag.
See, there's noise, and then we got organized noise.
Facts.
That's what makes
It's
music.
You know what I mean? Oh man, he said, "No, you didn't."
I think for the most part, though, everyone did really, really well. I mean, in general, all around for sure. But there were a couple I think that were, I would say.
It's before when we
can cut.
When it first started, like before this season, like way before I was involved, before when I was a contestant, there was the first round was usually a dummy round. I don't know if any of y'all knew that, but like the first round, Rusty would put it on. You would think that you're competing, but really there were so many flakes that like he had to do that first round just to see who was actually going to show up.
Oh, this was a test. This was only a test.
Round was the last 2 were this one and the last one was my only ones that I did where we actually had a first round. That's when we just brought in the C's. We did it different. Since it was less people now, it's okay. We can pull 2 people back in or something, So, but we're getting closer and closer to a full one round. That was a full round. I consider that a full round. So
I consider that was a full round for
that
me.
was a great full round.
Hey, I edited 16 videos between 3 judges 3 times. I am full.
Yeah, that was a full round for me. That was a full round.
It's
Like I
rough.
listened to all them songs that
Well,
many
that's
times.
like the WAG. It don't stand for what's the genre. It stands for we're all gangsta.
Team of the
It's
gangster
what's
all
a
day.
genre.
It's bad the first week, but or the first 2 weeks, but the first round, the second round will be a lot easier, y'all. I think you're gonna. Most of the work, the hardest work is behind you. The rest of it's, you
Ones that are going to make.
And ironically, the genres get a little bit harder. So the work gets easier for us, but jazz is not an easy genre. So I'm really interested to see like how some of these ones who went through where their game is with these genres. Even grunge, which yes, Mavi, you lucky son of a bitch, it's right up your alley, but grunge is not like everybody's cup of tea. For some of them, they gotta find their inner.
It's not easy to write. Like I think about because the chords are not your typical chords. I mean, same thing with jazz, really, but like, it's like it's not your typical pop CFAG, it's
Right.
Much more complex genres.
It's a lot more dissonant. A lot more dissonant.
With the grunge, you're gonna have to find that strategic melodic chord to throw in when nobody expects it. And with jazz, you just got to learn how to do 3/4 and 7/8
and noodle and just riff.
I'm gonna be real. I might have dodged a bullet. I don't know a doggone thing about grunge.
I don't know nothing about grunge. I'm gonna have to do some research.
I recommend listen to Mavi's Not My Stuff. Him and I both do crunch.
Yeah, and then listen to Alice in Chains and
Nirvana.
Some parts of Soundgarden and
Hey, Nirvana,
STP,
and
STP. Yeah.
some
STP is
STP.
a good entry.
Not all
These are
STP.
good. Yeah. STP is a good entry level grunge for you. That start there, and then I think Alice in Chains. I think you're getting a little bit further into the rabbit hole.
Into grunge.
The
like
singing
Soundgarden,
style,
can't be
Alice
grunge.
in Chains definitely represents the grunge singing style. The way the dual kind of vocals that they did, very grungy.
Please don't try to do. I hope nobody tries to do those and do them wrong. 'Cause I'm gonna be like, I can't handle it. Yeah.
I bet you Matt JH though. I mean, if there's one guy who's got the tone to do that kind of
the grit
Alice in Chains style,
yeah.
I've heard him do a couple of other styles in grunge, and he's got it.
Yeah.
I think B. I think you're gonna recognize. I think you probably know more grunge songs than you realize. Once you
Probably.
listen, yeah. I mean, not Alice in Chains, maybe, but definitely Nirvana or STP or Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam, yeah.
Pearl Jam's not grunge
So,
at all.
They are considered Seattle.
Pearl Jam, Pearl Jam is grunge. I'll fight you for it. Some Pearl Jam is grunge. Not all Pearl Jam, but some Pearl Jam is wearing the flannel on your
maybe like Even Flow and that's about it.
Jeremy's Calling slightly on the grunge side. Granted, it's got a rock feel, but it isn't like classic rock. It is 90s rock, which they call grunge. So we can debate it, but Wikipedia says so.
Maybe you should go
but
add your own Wikipedia entry, and then I'll believe you.
Yeah.
If Wikipedia accepts
I
your
could
entry,
add my own Wikipedia entry, and then you'd have to believe me.
Smashing Pumpkins, Bush, they're grunge.
Smashing
Pumpkins, no.
They're grunge.
Bush is grunge.
Okay, are we talking the Smashing Pumpkins that was like, what is it, 1969? Or their mellow song? Or are we talking Smashing Pumpkins despite all my rage?
Well, that is true. Okay. Yeah, you got me there.
Yeah, there's a lot of versatility in that band.
I mean, I don't dislike them at all, but it's just, I don't put them in the grunge cloud.
You know what the biggest problem with grunge is because it's one of those transition genres. Like we came out of hair metal and going into the 90s, bands didn't know what the hell to call themselves as they changed into the 90s. So grunge was kind of a term to define some rock that the distortion stopped being like hard metalish sounding scooped to like half country-ish, but with a lot of distortion. And grunge kind of fit the gap for a while. But then you got post-grunge as you go to the end of the 90s, going into the 2000s. What is post-grunge? It's the same as grunge, just a little bit later. All of it falls back
Grunge
to
Junior.
rock. It all falls back to like rock and metal. Like those were the two genres that were pushing the grunge bands of the 90s.
Speaking of Junior, Dinosaur Junior, they're a grunge band. Temple the Dog, they're a grunge band. Who else?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sonic,
the dog is
Sonic,
all the
Sonic
band,
Youth,
grunge bands together.
Sonic
Youth
Youth.
is a punk band, isn't it?
They're grunge too.
Or are they
Temple of
shoegaze?
Dog is Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, and Soundgarden combined.
Yeah, of course, yeah, but
And
that's not
and
fair.
grunge got associated with the Seattle sound. So there's this connection that all of a sudden all grunge came from Seattle. Not true, but it's kind of associated because that's where it started. That's like saying metal started in LA. Metal didn't start in LA, but it felt like that in the 80s because the majority of the bands were coming out of there.
Or moving there.
Yeah,
Like-
moving there. It's like Hollywood effect. Like, all the good bands are there, then let's go play out there.
Link, I'll send you my first album. It's pretty much grunge. It's shoegaze grunge. So.
All right, cool.
Oh, I want to listen to it. Send it to me.
All right, sure.
Gosh, I'm so glad I'm not a
love
judge.
shoegaze.
My first album is
I'll
definitely
trade
grunge.
with you, Ange. I'll be the Ryan Seacrest.
Speaking of grunge, I'm gonna run the mashups backwards for the end of the video, and I'm gonna get the heck off of here. It's bedtime. So,
amen.
You said that. Oh wow, there's a lot more people in here than I saw.
Of course.
We're the Brady
it's
Bunch.
just a wag, baby. It's just a wag, baby.
It's just a wag, baby. I need. You know what? I like this guy.
Of course you do.
All right, so it's mashup one. We'll start from the top again. Mashup one, team one is Starmy, number 4, and 100 milligrams, number 29, versus number 6, Pinky Zoo, and number 11, RJS doing Punk. That's going to be fun. Mashup 2, 32, Dat Don P, and number 9, Rolo Knox, versus number 23, The Save for the Round, Tonal Android, and number 16, Maria P. I can't remember how to say her last name. They're doing Pop. Mashup 3 is number 28, Leslie Parker, and number 8, EJM Beats, versus number 13, Static, and number 21, Matt JH, doing Jazz.
Ooh.
That's going to be interesting. Mashup 4 is number 22, Bass Face, and number 3, Remo, versus number 7, Mavi, and number 10, Christina Sweet, doing.
That's gonna be rough. That's gonna be a rough one. Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay.
I got faith in the bass.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's solid. He's solid.
He's pretty good.
solid.
Yeah,
He's
he
solid.
trounces, bro.
Yeah, just give him direction, and he'll follow, for sure.
I can't believe all y'all still up on this thing.
Yeah. Same.
So, Coco, who wants to say the catchphrase? I mean, you know.
Don't be
How
scared.
about I pin you both up and you both say it?
Coco, what's your at?
Yeah.
From
Hold
Baylor?
on, let me get you and Rusty up there. And you both can say it. Yay!
Say it's just she can say the wag and Swift pops in, baby, because he's got to throw his voice in there. You know what I'm saying? He gives us the Barry White at the end.
Oh yes. Okay, B, you have to say baby. Okay, you ready, Rusty?
Yeah.
Don't be scared. I didn't hear you.
You hear me? It's just the wag, baby. Throw one in
We'll get
there.
him next time.
Fail.
It's the
Nigga
wag,
failed.
baby.
We'll get him next time.
Without me.
A little bit louder now. Come on,
Rapping.
Russ. A little bit louder now. What do you
It's
guys
just the
say?
wag, baby.
It's the wag, baby.
There it is.
Yeah, it is. That's right. All right, sweet.
Testing your editing skills there, Tony.
This is cool. I'm glad you guys are still on in time for me to jump in and say hi and get to laugh. It's been a lot of fun.
Shit, I can make a whole song off of Swift's line right there. It's just the wag, baby.
Baby,
I'm
baby,
gonna need
baby,
Scott
baby,
bass.
baby.
A little bit of Swift, some Scott bass.
You guys all have a great night. Get with your partners, start that process, and work on those tracks. We'll be waiting for them.
Got a week.
Got a week. See y'all in a week.
Oh man, that's all y'all got is a week.
Less than a
Well,
week.
it's
I'm glad
actually
I'm not a
6 days, 1
judge.
hour and 59 minutes.